Brother, welcome to the podcast.
Definitely, thank you, brother. Well, I appreciate the opportunity for inviting us along and being able to share our story and and what we're doing.
Yeah. Now, I got your name off some friends of mine,
Mhm.
looked at your website, saw some amazing work you're doing. But what we're going to do for the audience is we'll start with your name, mob, where you're from,
Yep.
and maybe a little bit about how you grew up, where you grew up.
Yep. Cool. So I'm husband, father, brother, ate, our nephew, son, and I am Badu Islander on my father's side. Also descent from Sabadi and Murray Island as well. And on my mother's side, the Sabadi name coming from Gubba Gubba village in Papua New Guinea. And living here now in Gimoy country, in Yiraganji, mob here. Most of my life, schooling, work, and my wife as well. But her people are the Gugu Yalanji and the Gugu Yimata people here north and kind of towards Hopevale Way and western Gugu Yalanji too. Married 20 years in a couple of days. We will be, and we've been together since we were very young. Parents to 4 children, eldest being 22. And shout out to my daughter, Maya, 19 today. And my youngest, he'll be turning 17 soon.
Now, a lot of connection to the north, from the Torres Strait right down to Cairns. Very common because obviously Cairns and Torres Strait is deeply connected. Now, did you grow up in Cairns? Did you travel anywhere? When did you come down from Badu? When did that happen?
Yeah, well, I was born in Cairns, as most, I guess, children are, living in Cape and Torres Strait, being the closest city and the biggest hospital. So I spent the first couple of my years of my life down here. And then we moved back to Badu. Then just me and my oldest brother. And my other 3 brothers were born up there. And started our schooling up there in year 1, year 2, and then moved down to Cairns with my mum when she split with my father. And that's kind of another story there too. But living down here in Cairns and schooling here, primary school and also high school as well. With work, travel a bit all around Queensland and up in the Cape, and as much as I can get back home to Badu, taking all my kids up and wife as well, and just a small plane from Badu to Horn for 2 people, $1,000. So that's just not the big plane from Cairns to Horn.
This is a great way to sort of let everyone know about your business, your work. I'll let you take the floor and let us know about what you do and the amazing work you do.
I guess I think my journey starts from my childhood, and the experiences there is you understand now because you look back and all them kind of issues happen in community and happen in our mobs' lives. And I guess that's where the drive, motivation to want to have or create change and help others change. So those kind of things don't happen, within our communities again. And that's probably nearly all the issues that we we know the gap is wide at the moment for health, domestic violence, alcohol and drugs, and all of that. We experience all of that back home in Badu and here in Cairns. And my schooling, and I think I even look back to participating in an ATAP program back in the day. Yeah, so part of that was kind of you had to do a presentation and a speech, and that's kind of when I first really looked into, because I had to do the speech. I was the only boy in the group.
Oh, I just got chills. Were you at Townsville 01?
Nah,
Mackay 2000?
Mackay, and Brisbane.
I was there,
Yeah. I don't know if we done 2 years in Brisbane. Oh no, sorry. Yeah, I just did Brisbane and then Mackay.
yeah. Wow, really? Yeah, I was there at Mackay and Townsville 01.
Yeah, I think we won something in Mackay. Can't remember. But yeah, like preparing for that, you had to do a speech, and that's when I kind of like modeled my speech around Martin Luther King's speech, and then I looked into like all the issues of impacting our mob, and I guess learning the numbers and how how far back we are, and that was a real eye opener, and like far out. Yeah, these are really things that are see and I've grown up with, and like why are we this disadvantaged? So that kind of sparked my interest in that, and doing that stuff with mob and that sort of things was really really fun too as well.
And for those who don't know, ATAP was a program, the Aboriginal and Islander Tertiary Aspirations Program, where teens would compete with other schools, public speaking, trivia, cultural elements. How awesome was it?
Yeah, it was proper fun, eh? Like, especially, we kind of all the Cairns schools went down and felt like a big team, and we go down and, getting to know mob, well, here in Cairns, and also, going down and meeting mob from all over is deadly. And I guess, when you're young too, see, all the other girls from everywhere and fellas too, you're meeting them all, and it's deadly. That's proper good experience.
And didn't want to interrupt. Just wanted to explain what ATAP was for those young ones.
Yeah,
they need to bring it back.
Oh yeah, that'll be so good. And it does. The name did make me kind of start to think about tertiary. I guess a journey, and I did. I went into that after school. So yeah, it does. Really. Do what it says, and help inspire those young people. That sort of stuff would be awesome.
That's right. As opposed to being a, an athlete, a celebrity of sorts, the tertiary side of it, doctors, lawyers, cultural leaders, definitely. Advisors. Now, the name of your business?
So our program, Kunjur, is Western Gogiyalanji name and language, and the way that came about is through an unfortunate tragedy, losing our very close brother and friend Wawu Kawanji, and to death by suicide, and at the time experiencing other close family members and passing by suicide, and also news of a lot of others as well in the community in Yarrabah and in Cairns. So yeah, I knew something needed to happen, or be in Cairns, for our community, and that's I guess when something like that happens, you wonder what more you could have done, or what happened, what you didn't see. How could you, made an impact for that to not have happened? And I knew we needed a space for men to come together and talk, to express, and to start to learn a new way and a mentality of, that expressing and talking about what's impacting you or what you're going through is a strength, and that there are, you know, mob and people out there that want to help, you know, and for many years we've made that, you know, done that voluntarily, and it's, I knew for something like this to not be a phase, that it needed to be driven by our mob, you know, be grassroots, everything. So even the name, you know, we started as Kunjur support group when the family gave us that name for Wabu Kwanji's family. I asked them in his honor if we could, if they could give it a name and use his artwork, you know, in the logo, and you know, I knew that would be kind of enticing for mob to come, you know, to join the group and to know that this is a culturally safe place, you know, and that mob is going to be there, or and not to say that, you know, we only accept mob.
Of course.
We men of all background come along and have joined our group and been a part of it over the years. So they gave that name, Kunjur. So Kunjur means it's a fruit. So there's fruit in their country and it grows on top of a mountain. And on top of the mountain, you know, to get to it is, you know, obstacles and hardships, and, you know, it takes effort and a bit of a grind.
Love it.
But at the end of it is the sweetness in life, and it's the Kunjur fruit.
That is.
And when the family gave it that, how fitting and how appropriate, powerful that it is, and we love it, and so the men, you know, from the start said, we got, you know, we accept all men, and we are in this together. We're here for supporting each other. We want to help each other, build each other up. So we call it collective. So we knew we had to keep First Nations men in there for men to kind of to come. Our motto, everything's come from the men. Even how we run the kind of men's support night, you know, like the agenda of the night, I guess. So how we open to how we do our check-ins. And even a mantra that we do to conclude the night is created by the men.
Wow. That's self-determination right there.
Yeah, proper community-led.
That's exactly how it should be.
Yeah, proper.
The word impact is used a lot now, and it's great. This is what we want to do, but you were already thinking this a few years after school, weren't you?
Yep. Yeah, definitely.
Long before social media, long before all that, you were already geared to making a difference.
Yeah, definitely. Like I kind of on a journey after school to I guess earn money, and I think, you know, then it was our kind of friend group and that, and that era was about getting apprenticeships and getting your trade. That's the way to earn your money and kind of get to I guess out of welfare or that sort of stuff. So I tried nearly everything to get my foot in the door, and so study was one thing as well that you know, I tried it as well, and then got to a point where I couldn't keep doing a course that I was doing in aircraft maintenance. So, like, I was just grabbing any opportunities, and
of course.
that was interesting, and that was encouraging mob to do it, and we did it with a good group of us, followers and from the area. So that was awesome, but I couldn't maintain it because at the time I had babies. So kind of came to a crossroads where I applied for 2 jobs, and I got them both at the same time because I needed to leave that course and start working. So one was working on kind of like a traineeship with Road Tech. I don't know what they call them these days, main roads. And that was kind of work out in community and building roads up here up north. They reckon it was kind of a role that would lead into kind of higher positions. And I applied for work at the high school that I went to here in Cairns, and it was an Indigenous teacher aide. So I had a big decision to make, and it was either a job that would pay quite a bit of money and but at the same time be away from family when my kids are babies, or kind of it really didn't pay that much, but it was because it's school hours and school terms, but working with our young mob, trying to do well to get them, I guess, through school, and that was definitely something that really
that's a big choice.
Made me want to.
That's like, it's easy to say that now because at this age, its purpose, its meaning, it's giving back. But when you're young and there's this financial pull of, hey, I could take this position, but the responsibility, and you stepped up and chose family and responsibility. So you've had this ingrained in you. I'm assuming mum had a lot to do with that.
Yeah. My mum, we grew up. When she separated from my father, leaving Badu, I guess escaping domestic violence. Then she came down with me and my brothers, being a single parent, and her going through that struggles, and then a few years later meeting our stepfather, who's now our husband today. So he's had a big part in raising us as well, me and my brothers. So we're blessed and fortunate for him to come in our lives, and but our mum, she's like came to Australia young, like adopted into her mum's family too, as well, because like her adopted mother, my bubu, we call him, similar life story too. Left Papua New Guinea.
Yes.
A DV relationship to who I'm named after, my pop, and he was in the World War II as well, and they came down and settled in Brampton Beach, just south here of Cairns. And mum went to live with her because she's had just all sons as well.
Wow.
And no daughters, so mum's lived there and grew up in Merowini, and our school in Merowini and Babinda and Innisfail, just south of Cairns. So mum's, been a trooper in our life, and
to take that move with young kids and escape that situation, which unfortunately is so common in our communities. Domestic violence and just the strength it takes to make that choice.
And I guess we're at an age too where we kind of remember a lot of that, and
yes,
it's weird that we weren't in our island home anymore, and all of a sudden in this big place, and navigating that.
That would have been a spin out.
Yeah, Papa, like my auntie, she yarns that where we lived here, like our primary school wasn't kind of too far, probably a kilometre up the road, and we got lost. So the whole family was out driving around looking for us, and me and my brothers were walking the streets looking for our house, and she found us, and she reckoned I was leading at the front, and my brothers were behind me crying, and we were trying to look for our house.
Oh, no.
But yeah, that's because, then no car, you walk around wherever need to get to.
Now, with the work that you're doing, and you've done some jobs in the past, you said you've done different jobs, whatever it took early on.
Yep.
What do you feel, or what is the best part about running your own mission? I'm not going to say business. You're creating a mission, a legacy. What's some of the best parts about that legacy that you're building?
Yeah, like I told you, always in like a pinch myself situation where it's like I can't believe we're kind of in this position now. We're so blessed that we get to be doing this full time. When we were starting, we quickly found out that no one really cared about the rate of suicide amongst Indigenous men. The second leading cause of death for our men. From the latest, ABS statistics, and young people, the leading cause, 5 to 17. This is, totally should not be acceptable, or there should be a lot more noise, around this in our country. We should be doing more about it. And I guess they're the kind of pinch myself things that I feel blessed that we're able to contribute and, try to lead in some changes. But then also, you see that the work there's still a lot to do, and that's what drives us to, try and, influence and model what we're doing, and help others as well, to get similar to what we're doing into, other communities as well, so we can really have impact on that number of our men passing. And like one of our men, he'd say, we need to be, it needs to be declining, not climbing.
Yes.
So, yeah, I'd say, from, our big vision and goal is that we can have a men's group conference, and we can have a big international men's group alliance, because there's so many men's groups and supports out there for men, everywhere, that we need to have a conference, we need to get together.
I know you're going to make it happen.
Oh, definitely. We definitely working really hard towards it, and we've been blessed again. We've had this idea of, because we're a men's group and we're consistent, and we're all are sharing that on social media, since 2018 when we started. Our men in other communities, they can see that, and they look, and many have reached out.
Wow.
Brother, we need something like that here in our community, and what you fellas are doing there. And so that's always been part of like what I wanted to ensure that we could do as well, with just from our supports and programs here in Cairns, but also to empower and help other men and groups in other communities. But you don't get that much kind of funding, or I guess where you're able to do your supports, and here in Cairns and the communities up north, and that, a bit of travel, so a bit of cost to go out and work with those lads and those groups up there, communities.
Yes.
But we've been, like I was saying, we've been blessed that Movember has come on board, and I guess we were successful with the grant through them in social emotional wellbeing for Indigenous communities and initiatives. So we were able to do that for 3 years. They've given us funds to help us build a kit to, a kit that, a men's group kit that you could start in your community.
The mission is now starting to align with partners who see the importance of the work.
Yep.
And for anyone that's listening out there, I forgot to mention we are in Cairns.
Mm.
So this is great that the Brothers in Business podcast is, we're reaching out the same way that your message is going to be reaching out. And the fact that I get to sit here and talk to you about what you're doing, for any partners out there, where can they contact you? Where can people wanting support in Cairns?
Yep.
We'll keep talking about stuff, but while we're on this, I want to know where people can find you to talk about this, because this is such an important topic.
Yeah. Well, in the digital age, we can be, definitely contacted easily on most of the platforms. We're on, Facebook, which is probably our main, outlet, and we're on Instagram, also LinkedIn and YouTube, website, which has a referral and a lot of information about what we do.
Great.
And also on TikTok too, because that's the advice we've been given. If you want to reach people, you got to get on TikTok. So we've got a couple of videos there.
You did say sort of 5 to 17 is that at risk age.
Yeah. And
so TikTok is the perfect place to reach.
Yep.
So the best part, and what I want to know is, am I going to see you dancing on the TikTok account?
Oh, maybe not like TikTok dances, because I've got 2 left feet. I'm a good dancer.
I know you would be.
I'll probably show them all the old school stuff. Yeah, that's how we used to do in the blue light discos back in the day.
The ATAP, remember that?
Yeah. There was always a disco at the end. Yeah, that's probably why everyone went.
That's why they went. And everyone was a good dancer there.
Yeah. Yep.
Now, so we've got this amazing program. Movember has backed it. There's 3 years of funding there to help get a kit to bring it to other communities. So the goal, impact, is reach. Now, we talked about you pinch yourself with these moments because you're getting to do this amazing work. What do you find have been some of the challenges of running your own mission business, and how have you overcame those challenges?
At a men's group, support group, we want to provide tea, coffee, biscuits. Got to have cream biscuits, Arnott's cream biscuits, and you got to have the sugar,
that big
milk. Yeah. At first we just have that, and we don't want to be like an activity that happens that mob just come just for the food. So we didn't have dinner at first. Then, because it's at night, we thought it's important that men eat, and food is our language too. And when we share it, and when we sit down with each other, more sparks, more yarns, and that connection. So the dinner is a big part of, or food as well. We also do programs during the day, and kai is a big part of it.
Absolutely.
So do all that, costs money. And of course we, looked at ways that we got to be self-sufficient and fundraise too. So, and apply for grants, when we first started, people were, you got to get this grant, help you, and, do this and that. But we quickly found out you got to be a registered,
that's right,
Indigenous organization.
That's right.
You got to have a board, you got to have general meetings, AGMs, and we a lot of the time we didn't have a financial history, so we couldn't provide that. So they were big challenges, and trying to get that off them, and I had zero knowledge of all of that stuff.
And you were doing this before AI, before you could get grant writers and you had AI to help you.
Oh, how good would that be now? Yeah.
You know, where back then it's a big commitment. I always get people send me grants for, you know, creative stuff. I'm like, that's great. But the time it would take for me to do that, I could have a part-time job just doing applications for grants.
Yeah.
Because, you know, AI is a tool, but at the end of the day, I still am a writer first. And it needs to be you, it needs to be real, and just the emotional investment. So that, you know, catering cost is a big one. Even on with my stuff, catering small shoots.
Yep.
And you want good kai too. So you know, you don't want just gammy little sausage and bread.
Yeah.
You know? So like that, run me through like a men's group and a workshop, and how long is it?
Yep. Yeah. So like so when we started, I was, you know, working full time. So it'd be finish 5 and shoot home. Usually, most of the time, my wife would cook the meal, and then, but the venue we had was in kind, so got that through an uncle.
So good.
Yeah, but we couldn't leave our stuff there, so I packed the car full of the chairs and fireplace and wood and take it there, and we have, you know, set it all up real quick, set up the food and tea and coffee, and and then be all sweaty and flustered by the time the men start coming, because we find that 6:30 is a good start time and 8:30 is a good finish time, because it doesn't really take away too much from kind of the men's evening or lives, and we always ensure we try to really stick to those times.
Nice.
Yeah, it's just the kind of, you know, men, if you tell them to finish 8:30, make sure you finish 8:30 and start at 6:30, you know. And we've always kept the meals cooked by us, home cooked meals, and that's, you know, proper, that connection and way, you know.
That is a big thing.
Yeah. So it's, my wife cooks really good meals, and the men have always appreciated it, and I've taken a lot of the credit over the years.
Yeah. No, that's it.
Yeah. So, you know, business is lovely. I was like, yeah, I don't know way, yeah. Oh, but my wife cooked it.
Yeah. Just
make me feel good there for a second, but
that's it. Yeah, thank you. Oh, just so you know. And you were working full time, and then you were doing that hustle outside to get this thing off the ground.
Yep. And I guess that's where, you know, like just that hour or a couple of hours a week, kind of, we knew there wasn't enough supports for the men that need be reaching out for more, you know, and obviously the issues they present with share and express that they would need more support around, even though like that yarning circles like help big time in the way they get to I guess offload and you know, really get things off their shoulders and chest and feel a lot better. But yeah, definitely needing a bit more supports. And like I said, a lot of the things come out of the circle, and, you know, men wanted to do more, and we know a common thing is that our identity is something that a lot of our men miss, and we know that that's a huge part of what can help in the healing process. And so from that, you know, men in the circle would, you know, be happy to share their cultural knowledge and skills. So we did things on the weekends, that sort of stuff, and community events. We started during the Cairns NAIDOC week, Kunjur contributed, and we did a community cup murray. So, and like a lot of men in the group said, we don't really know how to do it. I'd love to learn. So we got some uncles in the community that can help with that knowledge and pass it on. So that first time we got donations on Facebook, you know, get all the materials and food and that sort of stuff to run that day. And, you know, we got some good support, probably raised about $1,000 and got all the stuff to make it happen.
Man, this is gonna I know it will take time and work, and you know, this I could see this in every community, man.
Yeah.
Like if this was in my community in you know, sort of Moreton Bay region where I'm located, man, I'd be there. This is what it's about.
Yep. Definitely. When we first started, we first started talking about like kind of why were we in this now? What was it before colonization? What did our men look like? How did they think, and you know, how did they interact? All that sort of stuff, and we started to kind of delve deep into what the essence of a man was, and what we're missing. And we know that now we have a lot of pieces missing in us, and I guess our circle in our community, we can help fill in those pieces, you know, in each and every one of us. We might be from different mob, but we can give you something and help you, you know, fill in that, and you know, that builds confidence, resilience, and pride. You know, this. Well, even myself, you know, I missed a few of that. Like I said, we moved early from home, so we didn't get a lot of that language and, you know, cultural, you know, even hunting and that sort of stuff. We know that that's what where we come from. That's what you do. That's what you learn. But because we lived in the city, we didn't get that. And these are kind of pieces that are missing from us. And
yes,
we know when we learn a little bit, when we go back home and we learn more and more, it makes me feel like a man. I'm a lot more. One of our uncles, he always says, you know, one of the elders in the group, really fortunate to have them too. One of the founding, we have Uncle Graham Brady, who his son, who it's in honor of, you know, very wise cultural man. Very fortunate that he comes and he's a part of it as well, and can give a lot of that to the men. And we have Uncle Bernie Singleton, you know, our elder here, and been everywhere and done it all. And he always says, you know, like what we're missing is, and what our young people are missing these days are that initiation, you know, our cultural way. They're still boys then. We're not a man yet, you know.
yes,
Yeah, maybe we have like a way in which we can teach our men, sort of like you gain a certificate, you know. You've got to achieve all these modules, and then
get to the
you
fruit.
can get to that, to the fruit, and to the stage where you can be initiated.
I like that. That's because as men, we need, give us a to-do list. Like give us goals.
Yep.
Give us instructions and we'll build it. Now, is the work that you're doing healing parts of yourself? You've already spoken about it, coming over young and not getting the hunting and the deep cultural practices that for 65,000 years we got. And then for 200 years they've stopped. In essence, colonization. But are there parts of yourself daily, monthly, yearly that's healing because of the work you're doing? Yeah, you know?
Yeah, definitely. Like when I started, and when men come along, you know, I want them to know that, you know, just because I'm facilitating or running or you know, founded or did it, that I'm not perfect, you know, and you know, I guess learnt to do what I say I want to happen, as in expressing myself and being vulnerable. Definitely improved a lot, and in that space, you know, like what I'm saying is what I was. You know, I wasn't good at speaking to people or sharing my emotions, and even, you know, I talk a lot with my wife, but I don't share everything, you know, with her, or I don't, you know, I wasn't going to see a counselor when I needed to, or psychologist, and getting help, and you know, doing this has definitely, you know, made me improve in those sort of ways. I guess being a better man, you know, husband, father, brother, friend, and yeah, it's always learning, and it's important that that I model that too to our men, and really express when we sit down in the circle. We share and express to our Kunjur staff and men, and we're sharing all private, really private stuff, but and that's what I guess our men see as authentic. This is they're workers, but they're not sugarcoating or saying game and stuff. I know it encourages them to open up more and share more.
How is this helping you be a better father?
Yeah, it's always never going to be perfect. We've always got to be mindful of a lot of things. I've learnt I guess some of my behaviors and trauma is intergenerational, and when I learned that, proper made sense, and that's why my father's like that, or my mother's like that, or what's happened to them, but they didn't know. They weren't educated or aware about it, and how they, I guess, into us, and then what we now we have a better an understanding of it now. I just got to be mindful all the time about what I'm kind of implanting into them to which will then go into their children. Remind them. I tell them, we work hard to give you,
That's right.
This kind of life and upbringing, because it's nowhere near what we had.
Yeah. For anyone that's watching this, that might be going through some challenges, that might be in a place where society thinks they're okay.
Yep.
They're not. They're still watching this episode because it's resonating with them. What's something that you want to say to that person out there that's ready to start to heal? They want to heal, and some of those first steps, it may not be going to the men's group or a support group or a women's group just now, but just some encouragement, just some words, just some things that you can share with them for someone that's at home listening, watching.
Always see it as, like that term, takes a village, but not just to raise a child, but to survive, For us to survive and thrive, we need to be helping, supporting each other. And like for someone, I guess, is that, reaching out to someone, and also being that someone that, that if you're, someone reach out to you to listen and to show love and care to, but yeah, definitely to reach out to anybody, and we do safety plans with our men. Once we, start to case manage and do that more intensive support to them, and our safety plan is one of the big first things that we do. So we encourage our men to think about, who those kind of contacts or people are within their life and the circles that you can, be confident that there's someone that's going to listen.
And, like letting people know they don't have to go through it alone.
Yeah.
Because we're, hard heads, that's how we go, right? That's what we say, other people, stubborn, this, but, hard headed, we're stubborn in that.
That's what, like I said, when we started, we wanted to change that mindset of, what strength is in a man and people. Because, and that's true, because over the time of all the men's groups, we've had Staunch, really proud men come, and, and men I know personally are very, strong in what they do, and probably not open up straight away. And then when they do, that took proper strength and courage. And like, Well, that's strong there. You know, that's a proper strong, because you battled all of that to express yourself and share your emotions, and to do that, you know, that's been a strong
proper.
Yeah.
It's I've said powerful before, but that's the stuff. Even if I think about this for too long, I get emotional because you know, this podcast originally, when I first thought of just wanting to do a podcast, was just about empowerment. And then there's mental health, and we don't talk about it enough. And just the fact that, you know, I just hit you up, you know, we had did we even yarn on the phone?
Nah. Just a couple of texts there.
Just a couple of texts, you know, like it was just like, and you were just like, yep, like your mission and you are the person that's meant to lead this. And like, it just shows like we don't know each other, but already we've got that sort of shared, you know, 84 babies, ATAP already, you know, I'm sure we'll know a lot of the same people. And we're just here yarning. And it's what day is it? Wednesday? Thursday?
Thursday, yeah.
It's just a Thursday. Yeah. It's about 11:30. We're just chilling here having a yarn.
Yep.
And now I know all about your work, and this message and this amazing sort of Movember. Wow, them coming in and you know, supporting the mission.
Yeah, and you know, big shout out to Queensland Health. You know, they gave us the 3 years funding to be, and they're very supportive in like our work and understanding that it's grassroots. You know, men, and you know how we started, and you know, believe in what we're doing. You know, for mental health and suicide prevention in our community there. You know, we'd love to take it big picture. Like big vision is 3rd and 4th.
Yes.
Below that is better. So what I mean is, you know, we're at the moment 2nd leading cause of death for men. If we can get that 3rd, oh man,
that's everything.
But if it's 4th, I won't stop till it's not in the top 10.
Yes.
But even 11, 12 is still bad. But yeah, to get it down from, because it's been 2nd for the last couple of census, and it's, you know, it shouldn't be that way for our community and our country, and for our mob. You know, that means we're losing too many of our mob, especially young people. And we know from research, one death impacts 135 people. So from the last ABS is 2,419 deaths, you know. That's recorded, and we know that's the known ones. But too much. One is too much.
Yes.
Yeah. One is way too much. And we were talking about strength there before, brother, you know, and, you know, some of the guys that, you know, we see that are success stories, you know, come proper low and, you know, come out the other side. And, like for me, that's, you know, brother, you're strong, you know, don't think, you know, it's not us, brother, that's your strength. Like we've seen brother come, and his goals at first were to get in the army. He got in the army, you know. His mother sent us a photo of his graduation. And just recently, another young fella was a carer for his mum, terminally with cancer, and she passed this year, unfortunately. But he's that strong that that was his goal, to get into the army, and he went and did that. And now he's finished his training. So he'll be doing a bit more of that. I think he travels to Darwin soon. Heaps of those kind of guys, you know, really climb out of it, and that's their strength, you know. And and that's because not just the Kunjur, but the power of the circle, and the power of, our mob, when we're, always there supporting each other, helping each other with anything.
And your mission, I want to track this. I want us to keep yarning.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Because it's everything that we're doing, brothers in business, and just the empowerment. Where can Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, you have some podcast episodes as well. So we're going to get all those links in here.
Yep.
But where can you see yourself? Now we're talking just you right now. Where are you going to be in 5 years? Where are you going to be facilitating that conference that you're going to get started?
Yes.
You talked about that national conference, then an international in X amount of years.
Oh, yeah.
Where are you going to be?
Yeah. I guess, I'm impatient too. I want it to, happen fast and quick, but I know it'll take a bit of time. I definitely see us. I want us to be, like I've always said, we don't ever want it to be a phase. We want our men's support group always here, because it's always going to be somewhere somebody can go to. One of our men, and from that, we'll need to be self-sufficient, not relying on government funding or, that we're in that kind of stage where we can be self-sufficient, have an impact or help many other communities in our country first, all our First Nations communities have something similar, so that will truly, have an impact on that number. Yeah, decline, not climb. And especially we really want our own space in Cairns. Okay. At the moment, we're blessed to be part of the Deadly Inspiring Youth Organisation. When they've supported us to get to the stage, without them, our men would not, be benefiting from the things that we do here in Cairns. And at the moment we're kind of in another organisation, office space, and it's a bit cramped. And we'd love to be in the future, a facility. I think one of our young fellas in our team, he went over to Darwin for a conference, and over there they've got, I think, Auntie Pam's place, I think it's called, Auntie Pamela. But they've got a house, and something like that would be so deadly here, where our men, if they needed that crisis accommodation or, But I guess it's such a good concept because the house feels more like somewhere where you'd go for, you feel comfortable in, not kind of a, organisation, office building.
That's perfect.
And then, a good space for our yarning circles, and all our camping gear. That's because we love to go. We see that as a big part of healing, taking men out on country. And where we go is men that's in the circle. They want the men in the circle to come to their country. So all the camps we've done is been because of that,
Let's go.
And we've got heaps of other men want us to go, bring the men's group to their country, and we just don't have them funds for it, and vehicles at the moment. So because get out remote. Out on the country, you need the good equipment and that sort of stuff to proper experience.
So anyone watching this, reach out, inbox me here. We'll put all your details in this link, and we'll keep posted. We'll get on the Instagram channel. Yep. Keep an eye out for those dancing TikToks. Bala, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
I appreciate you coming for a yarn.
Okay, yes, sir.
And so, Bala.
Thank you, Bala.
Thank you.
That's all.
We'll yarn soon.
Oh,